Hello everyone and welcome back to Parkaholics. My name is NickyDoesThings and I will be your ride operator this evening. Now, I know what you're thinking.
Nicky, why are you putting behind me? It's already November.
Well, little Timmy, I didn't ask. We went on a trip for like a week, so I didn't give myself the time to finish my episode, and that's on me. But I digress. Today, I would actually like to focus on an event my group loves, and I personally fear. That's right, everyone, we're talking about Halloween Horror Nights today. Did anyone else hear that? No, just me? I need to take my pills. So, back in 2002, Universal did their 12th annual Horror Nights event, and they decided, hey, why not bring it to Islands of Adventure, right? This was the very first time that it was brought to their second gate, out of, like, what, maybe 3 years of being open? Right? Damn, am I getting that right? I'm probably getting it right. So they wanted to go out with a bang. And I mean, huge. Now, the main event of IOA's Horror Nights was in Marvel Superhero Island, called Islands Under Siege. And it's safe to say, they went all out. But why have we never seen this return? Well, after the event, Marvel got a little bit upset with Universal's decision. I mean, they figured that if the younger audience of comic book readers went to this event, they'd start to think the characters they all knew and loved were actually dead, and they wouldn't want to buy any of their products anymore. From comics, shirts, anything you can think of. But why would they think that? Well, that's because the story they designed for the event revolved around a what-if scenario of all the villains taking over and the heroes losing. No one was around to save us anymore. Carnage had taken control of the city, and he even had his own maze, appropriately dubbed Maximum Carnage. Punisher was infected with a virus or something that made him attack guests with a flamethrower. Which, if you ask me, that's, not a good way to go. Scream and Mephisto were on the loose. The city was truly in pure chaos and disarray. Now, there is footage of the walkthrough attraction, which I'll put on screen for you, and I gotta say, compared to what you see at Horror Nights now, it doesn't compare. But it's still pretty cool seeing what the creative team came up with. They had a few walk-around scare actors dressed as Crossbones, you know, wielding either a chainsaw or a flamethrower or whatever you can think of. They had Carnage overseeing the entire thing, and on your way to the scare zone, there's a giant projected Carnage welcoming you with open arms to witness the failure of your favorite superheroes. But when you walk in, from what I've heard, there were decapitated Marvel heroes? You know, from Captain America to Spider-Man, even Wolverine. How do you decapitate Wolverine? No, I mean, seriously, he has the strongest skeleton known to man. How do you decapitate him? Now, the closest thing we have to proof on any of that being real is word of mouth from people all over the internet, including Reddit and Twitter, and very vague body shapes in poorly recorded footage of the attraction. But at the end of the day, who knows? For all we know, it could have been, I don't know, colored cardboard. Or it could have been that thing. I like that thing. There were some attractions that were also supposed to get the spooky treatment. For example, Storm Force was going to be taken over by Kingpin. See, I had already re-recorded everything and fixed that mistake, but I can't find the footage for it, so instead you get a prison joke. Okay, back to the video, or whatever. Hulk's coaster would have been taken over by Green Goblin? Am I reading that right? Yeah, no, Green Goblin has nothing to do with the Hulk. Why? Is it just because he's green? I don't get it. Moving on. Doctor Doom's Fearfall? Yeah, it was just gonna be more painful screaming and agony. But nothing is known if Spider-Man would have gotten that same treatment. I mean, they could have been taken over by a symbiote for all I care. But they didn't do anything. Now, I did a little more digging, and turns out there's a video of a behind-the-scenes look about Islands Under Siege. Like, the entire Horror Nights event. And it's got people going into the scare zone, it's got the story of the event, it's got a behind-the-scenes look at all the tech for the, the scare zone. It's pretty cool. And a lot of these characters that show up in the event make their first and only appearances, which really sucks because we never get to see characters like Mephisto or Scream or Carnage ever again. And I can understand why with Marvel pulling the plug on it, but again, it just sucks that they're all lost and they're not coming back. Marvel stuff aside, Islands of Adventure had a lot more packed for Horror Nights back then. During the event, they had Jurassic Park Extinction, which you'd think was your standard run-of-the-mill dinosaur event, right? Oh my god, Right? Wrong! The story goes that a geneticist working in the JP facility was working on a human-dino hybrid to make the ultimate warrior, and the experiment turned into something straight out of a Goosebumps book. They look human, but with horns or giant claws, and some of them looked more dino than human. Ugh. Looks like that guy from the Goonies if you ever had kids. Anyways, there was a maze here as well called Jurassic Park Evolution. Get it? Evolution? Okay, yeah, never mind. I'll go now. The entryway of the facility had a couple of bloody employees warning you of the terrors awaiting you. Dead scientists, raptors on the loose, and even dinos were killed too, but not by other dinos though. The hybrids ransacked the facility and took every life you can think of. Terrifying, right? Well, Universal did even more at IOA than just Marvel and Jurassic Park. Toon Lagoon had a maze, turning fairy tales into horror stories. Dr. Seuss just had clowns because who in their right mind would try and make a kid's book scary? And The Lost Continent? Just like Jurassic Park and Marvel, they cooked up something extremely special for the event. Like, it was beyond anything I've ever seen out of this era. The Island of Evil Souls, as it was deemed for the event, was overseen by Nightmare, a red-horned demon-like creature commanding orcs and a dragon at its beck and call at all times. Well, as for attractions, there wasn't really much, but there was a DJ booth, which was cool. I mean, everything else was left on the drawing board, though, just like with Marvel. Well, other than a scare zone with chainsaws and fire and stuff, but that's kind of a given at an event with haunted houses, you know? I mean, we would have gotten one of the rides going backwards, but that never happened. There would have been scare actors in queues, which, again, didn't happen. And all the shows would have been swapped, too. I mean, Sinbad would have been replaced with Will and Grace, whoever the hell they are. And Poseidon's Fury swapped out for a fight between good and evil for the fate of Atlantis. It sucks that we're not going to be able to see anything similar to the Maximum Carnage event again, like, just anything, Marvel in particular. But I mean, this year we got Five Nights at Freddy's, Terrifier, and hell, even the Fallout TV show is getting some love for Horror Nights. Maybe one day in the future we'll get something Marvel again, but with the Disney contract, I highly doubt it. Anyway, that's gonna do it for today. If you guys enjoyed the ride, please make sure to like and comment anything you want covered in a future video. From park news to secrets you don't hear about too often. It might be in the next one, or even looked into for a future video. You never know. But until next time, stay awesome, and please, buy the chainsaws on your way out. Oh, Jesus Christ.